All right, so this is a particularly hot news item right now. Um, it's not something to joke about. It's not something funny. This is a real tragedy. But basically, this father had his daughter here deleted because a felon who should really not have been on the streets at all was let out by a lax judge. So I've not seen this video in its entirety. I've only seen clips, so I'm just gonna watch it.
How many of y'all have kids? I'm just curious. Here's what I need you to do. When I tell you this story, think about your kids. Think about your child coming home from a night out with their friends, laying down, going to sleep, feeling somebody come in the room and wake them, and drag her out of bed, naked, forced on her knees, with her hands over her head, begging for her life, begging for her hero, her father, me, that couldn't be there. She was 5'3", she weighed 115 pounds. Bang! Dead. Gone. Why? Because Alexander Devontae Dickey, who was arrested 39 goddamn times, 25 felonies, was on the street. How about that? How good are we doing for our family? How good are you doing for your kids? He should have been in jail for over 140 years for all the crimes he committed. You know how much time he spent in prison? A little over 600 days in 10 years. He's only 30 years old. He was committing 2.65 crimes a year since he was 15 years old. But nobody could figure out that he couldn't be rehabilitated. Well, you'd have to put him in prison to see if he could be rehabilitated. Isn't that the idea of prison? But no, my daughter wanted to be a teacher. She finally figured it out 2 weeks before she was executed. And I haven't heard a damn word from Byron Gibson in South Carolina. Not one word. 4 months, no communication. His biggest concern was that he was pissed off about my interview and how I made him look on the Fox News channel with Trey Gowdy. How pathetic is that? That we're letting our 22-year-old kid visiting friends. It's all she ever wanted to do was visit friends. And she literally was executed while on her knees begging for her life. Her name's Logan Federico, not Irina. And you will not forget her. I promise you. You will be sick and tired of my face and my voice until this gets fixed. I will fight until my last breath for my daughter. You need to fight for the rest of our children, the rest of the innocents, and stop protecting the people that keep taking them from us. Please. You have the power. We put you in the power to do what you have to do. We're asking you, we're begging you all to stop this. 39 crimes in 10 years, 25 felonies. Can anybody here explain to me, well, how possibly he could be on the street? Possibly be on the street. How is it possible? I could sit down in a room and I could explain the whole process of how it failed, how South Carolina failed, Logan. Okay? How lack of communication. What y'all did, you woke up a beast and you pissed off the wrong daddy. Because I'm going to put it out there. And I'm not going to be quiet until somebody helps. Logan deserves to be heard. Everyone on this panel deserves to be heard. And we will. Trust me. My daughter laid on the floor for 7 hours before somebody in that house recognized that something was wrong. And that career criminal, an hour later, went on a spending spree with her debit card. When they saw his face on a video, they didn't have to do a check. He was arrested so many times they knew who he was. They knew exactly where to go get him. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic that I'm here today. Thank you for your time.
Dang. That was some real pain right there. Yeah, this dude needs to run for office. Like, if he can, I'm sure he would win. Damn. Yeah, I seriously think a lot of, like, so the guy that did the deletion of his daughter was a black dude, and a lot of people will look at this as a race issue, and I can't fault those people for looking at it as a race issue either, because to me, I do not believe, I really think the reason why this guy was let out so many times was probably because the judge might have looked the same color as him. Yeah, I made a video about this on my gaming channel, but I do have black fatigue. I don't want anybody getting a pass for anything. No one gets a pass for anything, especially after, stuff like this. Yeah, this is messed up, man. Well, I hope this guy runs for office, and I hope he wins. But if not, I hope he gets some justice. And I hope we can have a fair and equal justice system that applies to all people the same, regardless of their skin color. That's all I got, guys. Take it easy.